Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorial. We are in chapter Motion of class 9th, and in this video tutorial we shall start with the same example which we had taken in the previous video tutorial about velocity time graph. So we have values for time taken in second and velocity values in meter per second. So how we have drawn this graph we have already discussed. We have even understood that the velocity which is at the beginning is initial velocity, and that velocity is represented by a small u, and that is 2 meter per second. In this example, when you take a motion of this particular body from A to B, so if you consider the travel from A to B, the final velocity here becomes 6 meter per second. And what is the algebraic letter which we are using for the final velocity? V. And we have studied that there is a steady increase in velocity from A to B. For example, from first second to second, in 1 second there is 2 meter per second, and then again from 4 to 6 meter per second, 2 meter per second for the next second. And therefore from here to here, which is from A to B, there is 2 meter per second increase, right, for every second. So first second is here, second is here, and so on, third second. So we have completed how much of time here? 2 seconds. It starts from 1. And then we have seen how to find out the acceleration, which is represented by letter A. Acceleration is change in velocity, and that is final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time, that is t, which is equal to 6, that is final velocity, minus 2, which is here, divided by 2 second, which is equal to 4 divided by 2, and that is equal to 2 meter per second square. Don't forget to write this unit. Acceleration, SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square, because it is velocity divided by time, right? So its velocity unit is meter per second, divided by unit of time is second. So both together becomes meter per second square. This is our understanding so far, right? Now let us draw a triangle here as shown, and let us name this point as E, right? And now we have got a construction of a triangle where diagonal is representing a motion of this bicycle in this velocity time graph, right? We'll extend this here and give a letter F here. Now what does FB represent? The entire length of this FB represents a final velocity. What does it represent? Final velocity. And how do you use the notation of it? Small v. And how much is the value of this? You have to find out on velocity axis, that is 6 meter per second, right? So v is equal to 6 meter per second. So what does FB represents? FB represents a final velocity, that is a small v. Now what is EF represents? EF. So EF, this length represents where it ends here, and so it ends on this axis velocity. So that is 2 meter per second, and that is the initial velocity. So what does A to B? From A to B, what does EF represents? EF is here. That represents the initial velocity, and that we are using a small u for that. Okay, and how much is small u? 2 meter per second. And how much is the velocity, final velocity? That is 6 meter per second. Now, what does the length from here to here represents? Right, the length from F to B, right, that is, you can say not F to B, E to B, EB represents. So EB is equal to FB total here minus EF, right? And what is FB? We have studied, it is a final velocity, and what is EF? It is a initial velocity. So what does this represents then? Only from here to here, it is V minus U, right? So that will represent V minus U. Okay, so we know that it is final velocity is 6 meter per second, and then all that we have already studied. So the change in velocity will be V minus U, that is equal to 4 meter per second. This much we have studied. Now what does AE represents? And when this particular line is asked about what it represents, you have to see parallel line here, and parallel line is x-axis, and what is written in x-axis? Time. So that represents time. So I am repeatedly using this information again to make all of us familiar for the future derivations which we are going to start with, right? So this AE represents total time taken, okay, and that is equal to GF because both are same length. So that is total time. And how much is the total time? Here 1 second and 1 second here, so 2 seconds. Now suppose what kind of motion is from A to B, right? The motion which is from A to B is uniformly accelerated motion. Uniformly accelerated motion. Now question is why? Why it is uniformly acceleration? So when we are talking about A to B, you should find out how much is the change in velocity. So here from first second, how much is the change in velocity? 2 meter per second from here to here. Next second, how much is the change in velocity? 2 meter per second. So equal amount of velocity changes, and if equal amount of velocity changes, you get a straight line graph here, and that is what is uniformly accelerated motion, right? So that is uniformly accelerated motion. Now another very important information which we are going to start. What does slope of velocity versus time graph represents? Very important question. Now what do you mean by slope? The simple definition of slope is y-axis divided by x-axis. Simple definition. Okay, if you divide this y-axis and x-axis, what do we get in this graph? And what does this represent? Y-axis. Y-axis represents change in velocity, and x-axis represent change in time. So what is velocity by time then? Just now we have studied velocity of time is acceleration, right? So remember that velocity of time is acceleration. Now tell me, what does slope of this graph, velocity time graph, represents? Acceleration, right? So if this is a triangle which you have drawn, acceleration is just y by x, and now if you take only this particular triangle, y is equal to BE and x is equal to AE, which is equal to BE is BE from here to here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 meter per second divided by AE here 1 second and 2 second, 2 second, and that is equal to 2 meter per second square, which we have already calculated. So that is a proof for the meaning of slope, that is y by x, of velocity time graph is an acceleration. Okay, so y by x is nothing but an acceleration. Okay, now we'll go ahead. This is what we have learnt now. BE is change in velocity and then time, so we get acceleration A. Now we'll come to a very important concept. What does area below velocity time graph represents? Area in the sense, suppose if you take a travel from A to B, this is our travel, right? And total area below this from A to B. And what is total area? One is, area of a triangle. Second is area of a rectangle. All together here, right? All together here, what is the shape of this blue color shape? What is it called? It's a trapezium, right? So remember now, what does area below velocity versus time graph represents? The area below velocity time graph represents a displacement. Let me repeat, the area below velocity time graph represents displacement. How much is the shift from initial position to the final position? Since it's a velocity time graph, we should refer displacement only. If it is a speed versus time graph, we would have taken here distance, right? So remember again, what does the area below velocity time graph represents? Displacement. Now what is the proof? Alright, now if you actually go by a numerical method, what is the displacement here? Alright, and what is displacement? How to find out the displacement? We know that speed is equal to distance divided by time. So we can write for the velocity, so velocity will be equal to displacement by time. I will write in short, and therefore displacement is equal to, so cross multiplication, so what happens? Velocity into time, and this velocity is that average velocity. Remember, it is neither the initial velocity and final velocity. Now it is very easy to find out the average velocity. It started with 2 meter per second and there is steady increase. There is nothing like it suddenly goes to 8 meter per second and then came to 6 meter per second. It steadily changes and became 6 meter per second. So in this case you can simply add it and take an average, because there is velocity change in equal amounts. How much it is changed? 2 meter per second here and 2 meter per second here, right? So proper change is there here. So if you add 2 plus 6, it becomes 8, again divided by 2, 2 times it is changed, that is the average is 4 meter per second. So you can even graphically see the center of this gives you a average, right? So now displacement, if you want to calculate, average velocity, that is 4 meter per second, into time, that is 2, that is equal to 8. Since it's a displacement, its unit will be meter, right? And why it comes meter, let me explain again here. Displacement, I am using word S, is equal to V into T, right? And that is equal to 4 what? V is 4 meter per second. Per second I have to write, so I am writing here down, into time. Time is again 2 second. So this is second, this is second here in the numerator. So both will get cancelled. What remains is 8 meter. This is a simple explanation. So the distance traveled in this graph, numerically we can find 8 meters, which is equal to 8 meters. Now what we have understood now, the area below the velocity versus time graph, complete area, represents displacement. Now if you use the area of trapezium and find out the value of this, will it be equal to 8 meters? And that's what we are going to check in the next video tutorial. Okay, so please remember, here the very important part of this video is the area below a velocity time graph. And what does it represent? Displacement. Half of the calculations we have done. Numerically it is 8 meter, but we have to prove that if you find out the area completely of this trapezium by using formula, that also should come 8 meter, right? And that is what we are going to do in the next video.